Hey YouTube, West Texas Prepper. Was going to bring you a video on the Bug Out Camper update. Where I'm at on it, I haven't worked on it in a while. I've been busy wrapping up pool season. School got started, and that is a little bit further down on my priority list. It is a priority for me, but have to take care of the essentials first, and that is work, which provides for everything else for us. Where I'm at today on the Bug Out Camper, today is Sunday, November, what is today? The 10th. Yesterday, on Saturday, I had, and I'll go back and look at my videos. I know I've shot some video of it, but I talked about scrap stuff. I had a bunch of scrap copper that I had pulled out of pool heaters, and also the heater cabinets and things like that. And I'd been talking to some recycling people about what I could do there. And so yesterday, finally had some time, loaded up the trailer and hauled everything out to the junkyard. And one of the ways I've been paying for the pop-up camper, the Bug Out Camper, and doing the repairs and maintenance on it has been generating revenue outside of my normal income, outside of the pool business, outside of my teaching job. And I've been trying to do it so I'm not investing already budgeted money. This is extra money that I work for specifically for the Bug Out trailer. And it was just a little experiment. One, to see how cheaply I could do it. And two, to see if there were other revenue streams out there that I could look at that I could generate some income when I needed it to do those things. And selling that scrap was one of those ways to do it. And I was very fortunate. Made a lot more than I thought I was going to make on that, which is encouraging for future things that I'm looking at with the pool business. So I went out yesterday, and because I didn't have the funding to do it, I finally went yesterday with the money I made from selling all that scrap material and picked up almost all of the parts that I need for the exterior and the plumbing system on the trailer. There are two parts that I wasn't able to get. I wasn't able to get this big utility cover here at the place that I went. I believe they have one out at another supplier, and so I'm going to go out and look at it sometime this week. They're only about $10–15. And then there was a plumbing fitting which is in my truck. I've got to get some hose. That's the one thing I'm doing at Lowe's today, is going to get some replacement hose for the drain line, and then some replacement tubing. And actually I'm going to go with clear tubing on both. You can see this is fogged up quite a bit. This is supposed to be clear, so I'm going to get all new tubing today at Lowe's. You can see what kind of shape this tubing is in with the corrosion and stuff inside, so I'm just replacing everything. I've got this fitting. I'm going to get brand new different types of hose clamps, actually some screw type hose clamps to put on there and do a better job. I've got to pick up some bumpers at Lowe's. They have these in all the weird bin department that I call it, for all the unique stuff. So I've got one of those in there to take. So I've got to run by Lowe's and pick up some things and some fittings that are in my truck that I haven't sewn. But I've got all my lights, my ambers and my reds. Have my rear lights. They're a little different. They're a little bit bigger, which is actually good. I'll have to do new holes, but I'll go in and seal up everything. I'm going to go with a clear silicone to seal everything up with. The other things that they had on there, and I've thrown everything away, were the putty. And after pulling it apart, I really just didn't like how that sealed up. And with the silicone, I'm going to use that to do that. So I was just bringing you an update on that. And showing you what I had. I'd pull the water tank out, cleaned it out. I'm going to do one more clean on it before I put it back together, and then I'll do another clean once I get all the system in. I will run water through everything and clean it up again and drain it, and we'll be good to go there. But that's where I'm at with a pop-up camper. Just wanted to bring you a quick update on it and show you where we're at. That's one of the things I'm going to be working on over the winter. I'm working on getting my shop cleaned out. I've got some ideas on it to get me a place where I can bring the pop-up back inside and work on it. It's outside right now, and I'll show you some video. I'll add some video to this here in just a second and show you where I'm at with it outside. I've got everything lowered down and sealed up, and but we'll look at that. So getting ready to bring the pop-up inside during the winter and work on it inside. That way a little more easy to do when I've got the spare time to work on it, but I've got to get some things done in the shop over the next couple of weeks to that. But just wanted to bring you an update on the pop-up camper and show you where we're at. So thanks for watching, YouTube. I'll add that other video in here and do that. Alright, here's the video with the trailer outside. I can see I've got it up on the jack stands and the tires. Look over here, I've got the tires pulled off right now, so they're just not sitting out in the sun. I've got everything pulled off fitting wise. I've got a couple of lights that are still hanging on here that I haven't cut off yet, and part of that had to do with the wiring connections. These lights are wired into the same, so I just want to be able not to lose that. But I just taped everything up and know where everything goes, so that's not a problem. And just covered everything up so rain and stuff wouldn't get in. There's one that I missed, but that's not a big deal. My red lights, I put a little extra marking tape down here so I know which ones the red lights were. That's an amber, but you can just see how bad all that stuff gotten dirty and things. Pull all the lights off the back, covered those holes up so critters couldn't get in. Didn't cover that one up, but it really can't get to anything. It is a tube that has sheet metal in it, so if anything got in there, they can't do anything. It's a sheet metal tube, so I wasn't too concerned about that, and I need to blow it out with air hose. But this is that putty that I was talking about that's just I really haven't been happy with it. I just don't feel like it gives a good seal after pulling this stuff off and looking in here. It just looks like it didn't do a good job of sealing up like I wanted, so we're going to change that out. I am going to get a cover made for it once I'm done. I have a local cover company that makes my pool covers for me. I'm going to take it in and get them to make a cover for me. That way when I do store it, excuse me, when I do store it, that'll really help keep the dust out. I have covered parking for it, but that'll really help keep the dust out of it and keep all the fittings and stuff on the outside. I went through the jack here, pulled it all apart, cleaned it with a wire wheel, lubed it back up, so this is in great shape. Only out here, you can see here, I've got a fitting in here for the gas. I'm gonna have to get a gas manifold. I haven't been able to find that in any of my stuff. But get a gas manifold for the tank and then work on the wiring for the trailer. Everything else in good shape. Really pleased with it. But we'll finish up the video back on the inside and keep watching. Alright, so that was the other video of the camper outside, and so that's where we're at with it. I've got everything marked. You saw on the tape everything covered up on the things that I'd cut off so I could see what I had going on. One other thing, on this wheel, I wasn't able to find a new wheel for it without changing everything out. So this one's still good. I was just trying to see if they had one similar to it that was updated, a little newer, but this one will still work, so we're still in good shape there. But thanks for watching, YouTube. Really appreciate you the views. If you have any questions, comments, please leave those. If you need to private message me, I'm still excuse me, working through the Google Plus stuff and seeing comments and things. I'm still trying to figure that out. So if you need to send me a private message, what I will do is I'll include my email address down there below. So if you ever need to email me about anything, that would be a good way to get in contact with me too. And I'll include my email down in the notes. Appreciate you watching. Do what you can with what you have, where you're at.